California's speed cameras are here, and your $500 ticket is already in the mail. And it's not just California, it's happening around the country. California has a new way to police drivers, and it doesn't involve patrol cars or flashing lights. Instead, it's a growing network of automated cameras, and it's watching intersections, school zones, major roadways, and quietly recording violations and mailing citations directly to the vehicle owner. No traffic stops, no officer, just a photograph of your license plate and a fine that could climb as high as $500. Now, supporters say it's about safety, and critics say it's about control and revenue. Either way, California is rapidly becoming the test ground for one of the most expansive automated traffic enforcement systems in the country, and every state is watching. The expansion comes from a trio of new laws based in Sacramento that together create a sweeping framework for automated enforcement. Assembly Bill 645, signed in 2023, launched a 5-year pilot program allowing 6 California cities to install speed cameras along with high-injury corridors such as school zones and streets where officials say reckless driving is common. The participating cities includes San Francisco, Oakland, Los Angeles, San Jose, Long Beach, and Glendale. And San Francisco was one of the first to move forward with it, of course. Warning notices began in March of 2025, followed by citations issued from 33 camera locations beginning in August of that year. And Oakland is preparing to follow, and the remaining cities are working toward launching their systems through 2026. At the same time, the state expanded automated enforcement beyond city streets. Assembly Bill 289 authorizes California to install 35 automated speed enforcement systems in active highway work zones. Now, these cameras activate only when construction crews are present, with the goal of protecting workers from drivers who ignore reduced speed limits in construction areas. That's not a bad idea. We want to protect those people. Another law, Senate Bill 720, signed in October of 2025, reshapes the state's red light camera framework. Instead of older criminal penalties that varied by jurisdiction, violations are now treated as civil offense with standardized fines and updated privacy rules. The scale of enforcement is already becoming clear. San Francisco's 33 camera network is operated by Vera Mobility under a 6-year contract valued at $7.4 million. Funded by the state, you the taxpayer. The agreement specifically prohibits compensation tied to the number of tickets issued, a provision intended to prevent quota-driven enforcement. Even so, the early numbers are quite striking. During the first month of enforcement in August 2025, San Francisco's cameras issued more than 16,500 citations. Depending on the penalties assessed, that represented between $600,000 and $1.2 million in fines in a single month. Now, city officials say the money first covers the cost of running the program, and the remaining funds are directed toward traffic safety projects such as crosswalk improvements, speed bumps to slow you down, and pedestrian infrastructure. State law prohibits the use of revenue to fill general budget gaps, which they actually need, and after 3 years, any surplus must be directed into broader active transportation programs, like more cameras. Still, critics remain skeptical. Drivers have long questioned whether transportation taxes and traffic penalties truly go toward improving roads or simply become another source of government revenue. I think you already know the answer to that. The mechanics of these tickets are also different from traditional traffic stops. Violations captured by automated cameras are treated as civil offenses rather than criminal ones, and the citation arrives by mail and includes photographs of the vehicle's rear license plate along with the date, time, location, and the speed recorded by the system or the red light violation detected by the camera. Because the violations are civil, they typically do not add points to the driver's license and do not trigger immediate insurance consequences. So basically, this is a money-making program. The fines escalate depending on how far over the speed limit a driver is traveling. Speeds between 11 and 15 miles per hour over the limit carry a $50 penalty. Speeds between 16 and 25 miles per hour over the limit are a $100 fine, and drivers exceeding the limit for more than 26 miles per hour face a $200 fine, while extreme speeds above 100 miles per hour can trigger fines as high as $500. Red light camera violations follow a similar structure. First offense carries a $100 fine, increased by $200 for a second violation and $350 for repeat offenses with a maximum penalty of $500. Now, drivers who believe the citation was issued in error have the right to challenge it. Appeals by rental car companies include evidence such as documentation showing the vehicle was stolen or being driven by someone else. And there are more additional fees for that appeal, of course. Now, cities are also required to post photo-enforced signage that must be posted, and camera locations must be publicly listed online. In San Francisco, officials report that speeding at monitored locations dropped by 72% once warnings and citations began. I'm sure the signs helped too. And some individual locations recorded reductions as high as 82%. Repeat violations have been relatively rare, and the number of vehicles traveling more than 10 miles per hour above the speed limit declined sharply. Research from other jurisdictions and states suggests similar results. A review of 28 international cities found speed cameras reduced crashes near enforcement sites by between 8% and 50%, while serious injury crashes declined by roughly 11 to 44%. But across the United States, Montgomery County, Maryland, reports that speeding more than 10 miles per hour over the limit dropped by more than 70% after automated cameras were installed. School zone cameras in New York City produced a similar reduction. Red light cameras have also been associated with measurable safety improvements, and studies suggest they reduce fatal crashes caused by red light running. Supporters also point to privacy protections written into California law. Facial recognition technology is prohibited. Only the rear license plate is photographed, and images that do not show violations must be deleted within 5 business days. The data cannot be sold or used for commercial purposes. Critics remain concerned about the broader expansion of surveillance technology on public roads. Traffic enforcement cameras are only one part of the rapidly growing network of vehicle tracking systems. License plate reader networks include systems used by companies such as Flock. We have covered this on our channel before. It collects license plate numbers, vehicle descriptions, timestamps, including the driver's picture and location data that can be shared among law enforcement agencies. When combined with automated traffic enforcement, these systems create a far-reaching camera infrastructure capable of monitoring vehicles across large portions of the city. And they sell the information, of course, because critics also argue that the fines themselves can be disproportionately affecting working families. A $100 or $200 citation may appear modest, but for many households, it represents a meaningful financial burden. Because the citations are issued to the registered owner rather than the actual driver, some legal experts have also raised concerns about due process. Of course, that's not the concern. It's about money collection, as always. Those legal questions have already surfaced in other states. In Florida, a Broward County judge recently dismissed a red light camera citation while questioning whether it's constitutional to hold a vehicle owner responsible when authorities cannot prove who was driving the vehicle at the time of the violation. Similar legal challenges could eventually reach California courts as automated enforcement expands. The reality is both sides of the debate raise legitimate points. Automated enforcement does appear to change driver behavior, but it appears to be another money grab as the top priority. For drivers in California, cities are required to publish camera locations online, making it possible for drivers to stay informed. Other cities and states are watching closely. If California's pilot program is considered successful, financially or otherwise, you will see more automated speed enforcement that could expand well beyond the state's borders. Whether these cameras are viewed as safety tools, privacy overreach, government control, or something in between, the shift toward automated enforcement is already underway, and California drivers are the first to experience what the future looks like. And don't worry, it's coming to your state too. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.